up?
Just hanging.
So introduce yourself.
My name is Erin Berberich,
PT.
DPT.
DPT.
Watch out. The only people that ever called me a doctor were my parents,
Yeah.
but past life.
Only people that ever called me smart were my parents. So, that's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, so DPT. Do you ever sign that when you sign your name?
Only when I was seeing patients.
Mhm.
Although I do tend on my RSVPs to weddings put doctor.
Dang.
Just to make it fun.
Yeah.
I paid for that.
You did pay for it. Okay, but you are no longer practicing as a physical therapist.
Correct.
You work here.
I do.
And your job is?
Project manager for our renovations and client relations.
Which I think universally we would all agree is the easiest job in the whole company.
It is. I just coast by. I'm just here to sit on pretty couches.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And so you have worked here for
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years in February.
And tell me how you got connected with us. Because I have my recollection, but I'm curious your take on the whole thing.
I was a client, turned friend, turned employee. Collected Living Design and Abby helped design a new build for us from my husband and my family.
Very pretty new build.
Thank you.
With
Abby did
James
a great job.
Hardy shake siding.
Waiting for that sponsorship.
Ciao bella.
Ew, so good. Yes, they did a great job. Abby did a great job maximizing the Hardy shake on the house. It was great. And then became really great friends with Abby. And about 2 years ago was kind of feeling like, okay, who am I now? I'm done with the build on the house, which kind of fueled some artistic needs.
Yeah.
We're done with that. And so I had reached out to Abby saying, hey, would you go get lunch with me and just talked about creative outlets?
Yeah.
Maybe I just need a hobby on the side. And shortly within about a week, that lunch turned into a job interview to help manage their new builds, your new builds. So when we did our build with Abby, it was right in the beginning of COVID lockdown. I think I talked to her in April of 2020.
Yeah.
So showrooms were only allowing 2 people in at a time.
Those were the days.
Yeah. So I scheduled Abby out for all of her visits at all the showrooms and gave her all the deadlines.
Yeah.
And so then that lunch turned into, hey, Erin, can you do what you did for me on all of our new builds?
Yeah,
and I said, sure.
The other owners got you should have seen the spreadsheet that she used to keep track of everything. We need someone to do that. And
spreadsheets might have been my husband.
Matt Berberich. Shout out Matt Berberich.
He loves the spreadsheets. But yeah, so I took the opportunity and then just felt more gratitude from all my work here. So talk to you guys about how I could help out more. And then I joined your squad on the renovation side.
Then it all went downhill.
Here we are.
The dynamic duo. So you built a house.
We did.
So you have that experience.
Yep.
You built 2 houses.
Yep. This was our second build. So, this saying goes, you can't build once. You've got to build again to get right all the things you didn't.
I didn't know that was a saying, but now that I do, it makes sense.
Yeah. You got to do it again. And then you got to do the renovation on the new build.
Plus, you typically get more money as you get older. So if you get a second house, then you get more things you want.
Yeah. Our first house was basically we took the builder's plan and said no upgrades. We upgraded to granite countertops and gas to the oven.
I mean, we don't have gas to our oven, and Katie's beating me over the side of the head with it. She wants gas on her, or not oven, but cooktop.
Yeah. So those were...
Have you always had gas?
Yes.
Have you ever had to suffer through the agony of an electric
Like in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
College.
All the mac and cheese that you had to cook.
One time in college, I lived in the dorm, so you get kind of a not that real of adult experience because
Yeah.
you're still eating at the dorms. And then I moved to a duplex with a couple buddies of mine. And the very first load of dishes that we did in the dishwasher, we used dish soap instead of dishwasher soap.
Did you have a kitchen full of bubbles?
We sure did. Yeah. I had no idea that they were two different things. Like, who would have thought? Why not just design the dishwasher to work with the soap that everything else uses?
Yeah. I'm pretty surprised from you because you Google about every product.
That's true, yeah. No, college was a different time. It's wild times, college. Whatever soap I want.
At least you didn't like double your shampoo as dish soap or something.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. Old Spice dishes. Have you seen the memes where it's like you have like a shelf of products for the female shower and then the men's is like the 7-in-1?
Yeah.
It's the one bottle. I live that life at home. We each have a niche.
Yeah.
Because we just moved. We got a new house, big shower. We each have a niche. I have 2 bottles, and Katie has her whole niche full, half of my niche full, and the little corner bench full.
Okay, that sounds like our closet.
You've overflowed?
Yeah. And I get reminded of that a lot. Especially when I'm standing there looking at my closet of like, I don't know what shoes to put on. And then I get the response of, well, if you didn't have as many shoes, this wouldn't be a hard difficult
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the niche, yeah, we each have our own niche. I don't know. As Matt ages, well, he has also started growing a beard as we've aged.
That's my other bottle, is a beard conditioner.
Yeah.
But I don't have it right now.
Yeah, it used to be the all-in-one bottle. But, yeah, he used to have to shave by my birthday in the spring. And then
I'm waiting for them to roll out a toothpaste / shampoo so I can just...
My 4-year-old said he had a discussion with a friend the other day that they brushed their teeth in the shower, and he was pretty envious of that.
I mean, 4-year-old lines up with my priorities pretty well, so...
Simplify everything.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've built 2 houses.
Yeah.
And you have rental houses.
Yes, we have 3. So we kept our first home that we had together and saved and saved and saved. We were not fun people for a very long time. So that
As Dave Ramsey says, you live like no one else, so you can live like no one else.
Yeah. We were not fun.
Yeah.
For a while. But that allowed us to build our first home and then rent out our home that we had.
Because it's hard to save for a down payment. And then it's hard to do it again if you don't use the equity from that house.
Yeah. So we did that somehow. My husband talked me into that. But that has proven to work. We were fortunate enough that we could use the equity in that house to then buy the next rental.
Yeah.
And then so on and so forth.
And so then but you got them all locked in at like ridiculously good interest rates.
I think our last one might have been a little higher because it was in 2022 that we bought it. So the rates went up a little bit. But the first one, oh man, it was in 2009. So we got the first time home buyers credit that we didn't have to pay back. We got in at that rate. So we had like all of our appliances.
Is it like an Obama thing?
Yeah. We had all of our appliances paid for, which was great from that. And then, I mean, the price that we bought that house for was great.
Yeah.
So it was, I think a lot of our real estate investments have just been fantastic timing. Because this last build, we signed contracts of February of 2020. So before we all knew everything was going to go up in price. So very, very, very lucky.
So now you're talking about doing a basement.
Yes.
And we think Matt's on board.
Oh, Matt's on board.
Yeah.
He's pushing for that quote.
We'll take care of you, Matt. And why do you want to do your basement? No, better question. Are you worried now that you've done renovations that we're going to do your basement and you're going to be like, oh, this is different on the client side than I thought?
No. Because we finished in our first house, we finished the basement, and it took the length of time it took to build that house.
To finish the
basement. So I work to not do that to any of our clients.
I had a buddy, his name was Greg, and he had just found this guy. He was like, I kind of want to DIY my basement, but this guy was like, I've been doing this for 60 years and I can help you. More than one occasion, Greg came downstairs and he was asleep in the basement that he was supposed to be finishing.
What was the first clue? Like, you started doing laundry there?
He was like, come on, man. So it was not the fastest moving project.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this one. So we finished
with the ultimate goal being that you want what that you don't have?
More entertainment space down there. We have a small area finished, so it's good for like just maybe lounging on the couch with the kids to watch a movie. But when having people over, it gets cramped pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And there's
a second living space.
Right. So my whole philosophy on as my kids get older is if I have cool stuff or room for them at my house, then they'll come to my house with their friends and not be finding trouble somewhere else.
Yeah. But your kids would never find trouble.
Never.
You do have very cute kids, and they wear very cute clothes, and occasionally I get the hand-me-downs of their very cute clothes, like I did today.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful. So
they are wonderful.
Yeah. Kids, man.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. It's not quiet at our house anymore.
No, I can't. Oh, man. Yeah, the other day, so for Christmas, Katie decorated, and it looks amazing. But she put this clock out that sings a Christmas carol on every hour. Mm-hmm. And it's just like bells. Ding, 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 you know. Ding, 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 ding. The kids love it. Mm-hmm. It has a light sensor. So if it's dark, it won't go off.
Did you put it in a closet?
No, but it, like if you have any of the kitchen lights on, even if it's 11 p.m., it still goes off.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And it seems like, I don't know if it's 9, it's whatever, it's either 8 or 9. Whatever one is after the kids are in bed is the longest song it sings. So if you forget to turn the lights off, it's going to let you know. And so we have that, and I don't remember what we were doing the other day. I think it was a combination of laundry, dishwasher, clock going off, Christmas music on the Bluetooth speaker, and then Rhett got a plasma car. It's like a little ride-on toy.
Oh, yeah.
And you ride it around, and it has like hollow plastic wheels, so it's just like incredibly loud. And all of that was happening while we're trying to like cook dinner, and I about lost my marbles. Mm-hmm. The noise pollution.
Yeah.
Of a child household.
It's a lot.
But Katie grew up with 5 siblings, so she is just totally used to it.
Yeah.
You're one of how many?
2. I'm the oldest of 2. My sister's 2 years younger.
Do you feel like the quintessential firstborn?
Yes.
And does she feel like the quintessential baby?
I think so.
How much easier did she have it than you?
Well, I mean, a lot. And still does.
Yeah.
Love you.
I was the second, so I get it. I mean, that was great.
Yeah. I remember being at college, and my mom told me that she went to basically a kegger. She knew she went to a kegger in the woods. We lived in Oregon. It rained a lot, so stand out in the rain and sneak beer.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Sure.
College. Yeah. So I was in college, and my mom was on the phone with me and she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Emily went last night. I'm like, well, is she grounded? And she's like, no. I'm like, I would have been so grounded. And she called me out. She's like, Erin, your shoes were caked in mud. I knew you went. I'm like, oh, I didn't really get away with it.
Yeah. Because you're bad at getting away with it, or because you had a different set of rules?
I felt like I had a different set of rules a little bit, but it was probably in my imagination.
Yeah.
They were probably the same.
I definitely had a different set of rules, and it was not in my imagination. It was the best. Thanks, sis. I had all the teachers loved me because my sister was good, and I had less rules because my sister was good. I ended up getting some of those rules restored that had gone away because I maybe wasn't always the most on time home.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I didn't have a curfew, and then one night I came home at like 2 a.m, and I literally was doing nothing like nefarious at all. Just like hanging out at my buddy's house playing video games or something, and came home, and that was not the warmest welcome.
Yeah.
We were talking this weekend about parenting and just like how do you when you get mad at your kids, like Katie showed me a video that said like you shouldn't yell, you should whisper, and that's how they know you're really mad. But I definitely yell because I feel like I would not be heard over there
That's
yelling.
the hard thing, yeah.
So how do your kids know that you're really mad? Is it a look? Is it a finger?
It's usually a look, and I usually have to walk away because it's like I've caught myself yelling.
Yeah. Did they notice? Or they're just like, oh, mom's gone. Do what I want now.
No, they noticed. They noticed this weekend. I had to walk away, and my middle came up and apologized pretty quickly.
What a precious one.
Yeah, she's also the one that
Cost it all.
you know those rules we were talking about. She's gonna be breaking them, and we probably don't even know it.
Yeah.
She in preschool already is like packing a new set of clothes to change into at school. We caught her. She was supposed to be wearing her school uniform Monday through Thursday, and I went to pick her up, and she didn't have it on. I'm like, well, where's your dress? And she's like, I didn't want to wear it. So she planned ahead that morning that she was changing.
But she
out
knows
of her
she's
uniform.
not getting out of the house without it on.
Right.
So she'll wear it out of the house.
So she did that in preschool.
Yeah.
We're in big trouble with that one. In the best way.
But what is that? Is that you or is that Matt? Because it's got to come from somebody.
Oh, I've been made aware, and I'm fully aware it is 100% me.
Oh, no.
I know.
Karma?
She is. Yeah, probably.
I have Katie is my lovely, adorable wife has a teensy bit of ADD. And I can already see it in Vera.
Really?
Yes, 100%. And it's just like, it's the hyperness, like, needs to be going, doing, showing, talking constantly. And then we have Rhett, who's my 2-year-old, who's very much me. Very just good.
Yeah.
Chilling, sitting. Don't need to be talked to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's coming for Katie. Katie had a hat that she called her boredom hat when she was a child.
Oh.
And she would get so bored at home that she would just put it on and march around the house and protest.
That she was bored.
Yeah.
And that's how her parents knew
Well,
that
she
she
got
was bored.
she got in trouble for saying I'm bored so much.
Yeah.
So then she just claimed this hat is my boredom hat. So you know what I'm saying when I put it on and march around the house.
All right.
So that is 100% coming for us.
Yeah.
And it's all Katie's fault.
Yeah. Molly is my mini me, and she is the spitting image of me too. Mm-hmm. When we look back at baby pictures,
yeah,
she's my doppelganger. Mary, our oldest, is very much like Matt. Very much a numbers girl.
Yeah.
Stubborn in some of the best ways.
If only they would be doppelgangers in your love of horses.
I know.
But
occasionally they tell me they want to ride horses.
Yeah.
I want to wait till they're a little bit more mature. but I'm hoping. I'm thinking. I mean, Molly, my mini me, she might be the one.
Yeah.
'Cause she's also a very like sensory loving person.
Mm-hmm.
Like she loves to be rocked. She loves that movement, and so I think
Maybe
horses might be
you
her
get her
thing.
hooked.
Yeah.
What age does she need to start?
I want to wait till she's 7.
Isn't there like a bunch of different types of horse riding?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the clip of Snoop Dogg watching the like dressage horse like prance around?
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
I gotta get this mofo in a video. He crip walking like a cuz.
Yes, that is a good one.
Yeah.
I did that for a little while. I was the North Carolina 4-H state
What?
champ in dressage.
Dang! I didn't realize who I was talking to.
I know.
I know you had a doctorate,
Did-
ED, but I didn't know it was
a
a
4-H
North Carolina state champ.
champ there. No, I grew up riding hunter jumper or like English style riding.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna nod.
Didn't have a horn on the saddle. Okay,
That
helps.
means something to me.
Yeah,
This guy, that you.
yeah, didn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I did
You hold on to the straps.
to the reins.
Yeah.
Sure do. Sure do. So I would like it if they.
Is there like
picked it up.
horse racing that isn't like the track, like the Kentucky Derby?
Well, there's like steeplechases, so it's like a track,
Yeah.
but
I guess I just
with
don't
jumps.
look at the Kentucky Derby and think like, wow, those jockeys. I just think like it's all about the horse.
Oh no, it's a lot about the jockey.
Oh. Do they make good money?
Not really.
Did you ever consider a career as a jockey?
Oh no, because I like food. You have to really weight control.
Whatever. You'll come in here and eat like an almond and a Diet
I
Coke.
will. Not a Diet Coke.
Oh, I mean,
I'm done with
she
Diet
doesn't ever drink Diet Coke.
No, I haven't had a sip since November.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the new year, which is one day ago.
No. Yeah.
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
I would like to just give it up,
Completely.
but it tastes so good.
You know what? I'll say this about diet soda in general, and I'm okay making a blanket statement. It's all disgusting, but if you don't eat sugar at all, it does taste pretty good. But as soon as you start eating candy or real pop, and it is pop, not soda, where do you fall on that line?
I fall in the Coke realm. Through elementary school, I lived in Atlanta. Everything was Coke.
Okay, I get that. If it's Atlanta, that's
Yeah.
maybe the one place that I would say.
Then I got really tripped up and we moved to Charlotte and everything was Pepsi product there. Not as
Really?
good.
I didn't even know Pepsi had a stronghold anywhere.
In North Carolina, it does.
Why?
I don't know.
Pepsi country.
And sweet tea. Couldn't get into it though.
Yeah. I like sweet tea, but I like anything sweet. Although, have you ever had the sweet tea from Quick Trip?
No.
It is 17 parts syrup to 1 part water.
Do you feel like you get a
Like
cavity
if you were
with your first
fast
sip?
enough with your tip, I bet it wouldn't even spill out of the cup.
It's like a blizzard. They hold it over.
Yeah, exactly.
And coming down. Oh, funny. No, not a sweet tea person. Really, I only started drinking iced tea probably in the last couple of years. It was always,
But non-sweet.
yes. No.
Yeah, I can't get into that. Honestly, I tried to, when I started working, I've always drank coffee, but it's coffee. It's like cream, sugar, and a little bit of coffee. And I started drinking coffee when I went to school, kindergarten, every morning.
Really?
Yes, my parents would make us coffee every morning. But again, it was like
the
mostly
convenience of it. Like they made some for them, and
I
they're
mean,
like,
we
"Here."
always probably wanted to try to drink theirs, so I'm sure they were like, "You can have your own." But it was mostly milk and
Oh, okay,
with some coffee in it.
gotcha.
But that's what I thought coffee was.
Oh, milk
know.
with a splash of coffee.
Yeah,
Do you like coffee ice cream?
I do like coffee ice
Me
cream.
too.
Have you had chocolate covered espresso beans?
Yes.
So now we do espresso. But anyway, growing up, I always had milk and sugar and all this stuff. And then I went to work and I was like, man, like after college, it's kind of a pain to have all your stuff to
Yeah.
make it delicious. And so I was like, I just got to figure out how to enjoy it just black.
Yeah,
And I tried and I tried and I tried.
I did too.
Isn't that a Beatles song? I tried and I tried,
Mm-hmm.
tried. Oh, Rolling Stones, maybe. I can't get no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't satisfy you.
Yeah, black coffee. It's the bitterness, but I don't like beer either. Are you a beer drinker?
I do.
And you like beer, but not black coffee?
Yes.
What about Guinness?
No.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Who? Oh.
I don't know.
I just feel like people that like it are just trying to be manly.
I know.
Like, oh, I'm so impressed. Ooh.
Or just like really trying to uphold their Irish heritage.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, I get it. You're Irish.
But isn't that when I think Irish, I think Sam Adams.
Oh, see, I just think like you're from the East Coast.
Boston.
Yeah.
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 Did you ever live anywhere that had a strong accent? Because I know you lived in lots of places.
Atlanta and Charlotte.
Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta, you have to find a local. There's a lot of transplants there. So.
Were you in Atlanta when Peace Up, A-Town Down came out?
No. No, I
Because
think.
I feel like that would have been a hot time to be in Atlanta.
Yeah. I was in Atlanta when the 96 Olympics were there. So that was really cool. I got to go watch the Olympic gymnastics.
Oh. Who was the champion in 96?
We were.
Well,
U.S.
I
won.
know, but like...
Carrie Strug broke her leg and I saw it.
Oh, okay. I was going to
And
say, like,
Dominique
who was
Moceanu.
the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I knew there would be some names that I recognize.
Yeah. So that was a really cool experience. So I hope one day.
Did you see anything else besides the gymnastics?
Well, we went to the equestrian events, of course.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't know that there was Olympic equestrian.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say, like, when you're in 4-H riding, was there any part of anyone in your circle that was like, it's Olympics for me, dog?
No. We were like country kids
Are those
in
not
North
coming
Carolina.
out of 4-H? Those are coming out of, like, elite equestrian barns?
Yeah.
Are they called barns? Stables?
Barn, stable. Yeah.
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 Would you ever live at a place that had a stable?
Like on the property?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
You would take care of your own horse, or only if you could hire someone?
I would probably on most days. I would. It's just hard when you travel.
Mm.
And the problem is not
How many
all
days can a horse go without any food or water?
Well, a lot of horses are pasture board, so they have like big troughs of water.
Yeah.
And a lot of places do have, like with their irrigation, they have water like
So what's the big deal?
So you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds easy. They raise
As long as
themselves.
you have a good
it sounds
neighbor
like,
that checks on them, you could.
to make sure they're
There. And not taken, or you don't have
You
like
got
a
lot of horse
coyote
thieves?
issue.
Is that a thing?
I'm sure it's a thing.
You tried to get me to steal a mini horse from that one
I
house.
did.
They had these tiny horses just trotting around their backyard in the middle of a neighborhood.
Man, that would be nice. Someday. It'd be fun.
Yeah, tiny. Do you know if tiny horses are actually horses?
There's miniature horses.
I know, but are they like actually just like a type of dog that looks like a horse?
Just
Are they-
dressed up like a horse.
Yeah, like are they actually horses or are they like?
Pretty sure they're a horse. Yeah.
But like, how do you get there?
You breed them.
Just
Like-
the smallest. You just find the smallest horse you can and just keep breeding them with smaller and smaller horses. I don't know if I buy it.
Yeah, I know. We
Is
passed.
there like a horse mob, like a mafia that controls all that?
Yeah, underground.
The breeders.
Breeders.
Is like, okay, I know like in racing
Yes.
that like thoroughbreds are a thing and like the bloodline of the horse is very important.
Yeah.
I know that from Seabiscuit, the movie.
Yes.
That is my experience with horses.
Yeah.
That's where it starts and stops.
All right there.
Okay, but is that also true for the type of horse riding that you did?
There were definitely people that paid attention to it. You find it more in people that show like breed specific. So like quarter horses, and they only show on the quarter horse circuit. You'll see it there.
I see. Would you say, have you watched any of like the Netflix shows where people are into like the dog shows?
Yeah.
Would you say that they're weirder or less weird than the horse people?
100% weirder. But I won't stop watching.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's great TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie got me into it. Although then recently we watched the whole show about the mer people.
Oh.
They like wear mermaid tails and they swim around. And that's there. And they spend like thousands of dollars on these silicone mermaid tails.
And they're just like out in the ocean? Like
No,
at the
a
beach?
lot of times it's in pools.
Oh, just like in their own pool?
Not their own, usually a public pool.
Oh.
Or, or like
I
maybe
can't wait for the time that I actually get to see this in person.
maybe they do like a show for people.
Oh.
Or they'll have
I could
like
see that.
Yeah. They'll go to like an aquarium.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they'll swim with the fishes.
You know, with as much as people are making on like, have your kids yet been to a birthday party where Elsa's there?
No.
Or like Moana's there?
No, but they
But they could
like
definitely
would
do a
love
pool
that.
party with Ariel there.
Oh. So
Somebody,
how much do you make to be an Elsa?
I don't know.
Probably more than seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like an hour or two of their time. But my middle daughter went to a birthday party and Elsa was there, and she had them totally in a
Yeah.
trance. It was the best birthday party I've ever
Yeah.
gone to because I could just sit and visit with the
Yeah,
other parents.
That is awesome.
And I'm like, wow, they're over there creating a spell. They're fine.
Vera doesn't have any jokes other than one that Melody taught her, which is why didn't Elsa get a balloon? Because they knew she would let it go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
My kids don't know jokes yet.
Yeah, most of her jokes are just like, is the clock an orange? It's like, oh.
I made the
Pretty
mistake the other day. My sister called and she was on speakerphone. And she said, "What's up?" And I said, "Chicken butt." And I did it in front of the kids.
Classic.
And I was like, chicken bottom. I mean, and my kids were like, "Why are you talking about chicken's bottom?"
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing.
Yeah, nothing slips by them when it's stuff you don't want them to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vera's started picking up like lyrics from songs. And I don't want to get into the graphic details, but there is a song by Salt and Peppa that Vera really likes. But at one point, they're talking about licking a lollipop, and Vera loves the fact that they're talking about lollipops.
Yeah.
So, don't want her to repeat those words
No.
to people.
My kids are very into Kids Bop.
Oh.
But there are some songs I'm like, did they really remake this one?
Mm.
Like, it's still kind of a little old for you guys.
Little push in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So we got the kids' Tony boxes for Christmas.
I've seen those.
Yeah. So then you got to get the Tonys,
Yeah.
which is kind of a racket. It's
Right.
like, let's make an iPod that's less convenient, holds way less music, is not as loud, but is made for kids and costs more.
Sounds like an Apple product.
Okay, just answer this honestly. If you were not married to Sir M. Berberich, would you also be an Apple user?
I probably would. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It seems convenient.
You would be.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I probably would.
Yeah.
But we are an Android
I-
household.
Yeah, I get it. And it seems like it's a pretty hard drawn line for most people.
Oh, yeah.
We had Katie's brother. I said she's one of five. But they're all married now, all five. And he and his now spouse are the only ones with Android. And he had an iPhone until he got married. And then he switched. And it caused a rift.
Yeah.
I don't speak to him anymore.
Because you can't FaceTime them. Yeah, that's my parents saying. They're like, well, we can't FaceTime your kids. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, there's
Well, up
Google
until
Meet.
recently, it would like, if someone liked a message, then it would like resend the whole message and say
It
like,
does say that.
liked this.
Yeah.
But then recently, I think it was Thanksgiving, and people would do it to like troll you, because it would be like, liked it. And then your if you had an Android, it would
Oh,
just
yeah.
blow up. But now Android like worked around that, so now it doesn't do that anymore.
I have to find that update because
Yeah.
mine still says
It
liked
just like
this
now it
image.
shows up as like
Oh.
a little thing, like it knows that that message, what those words mean. It's supposed to have a
Really?
thing, and it just does it.
My phone didn't do that the other day. So that's the tricky part, especially working in renos. We send each other pictures, and somebody says, liked this image. I'm like, which image did they like?
Yeah.
I don't know. When that first happened, I was texting some cousins, and one of my very smart cousins, I thought what she was saying, like, liked, and it was like the whole text message, you know, and it says all the words again. I thought she was retyping the whole message, saying liked and typed the whole thing. She's also a Mizzou grad, so I thought, well, maybe.
Okay. Mizzou, who beat Ohio State recently.
I know.
Cotton Bowl, baby.
Oh,
MIZ. I'm not a lot of MIZ love in this building.
Not a lot. Rock
Just
chalk.
basically me.
Just you.
And then a bunch of chicken hawks. Made up.
We're just
Stupid made up mascots.
Beautiful mythical bird. That's all.
That's one way to phrase it, I guess.
How's basketball season going?
Well, we don't talk about that. Cotton Bowl champs. Did I say Cotton Bowl champs? We won the Cotton Bowl. New Year's 6. Beat Ohio State. Let me just live in it for a week.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think we lost to in basketball. We lost to like St. Elmo's School of the Blind. That was really bad. So it's not going to be our year.
Not your year. Well, it's okay.
But
There's
you know
next
why?
year.
It's because we refuse to cheat like KU and
We're fine.
just pay players. So
You can do
we're
that
gonna
now.
Keep losing. Yeah, that's true. Dang it. Oh boy.
I know.
How different would my life as a Mizzou basketball fan be if we had hired Bill Self?
Pretty different.
Pretty different. Probably.
Yeah.
But Mizzou's football coach, I don't know. They had like a chaplain or something come speak to the team before the game. And pretty typical, I'm sure. But he said something to the effect of like, we're not a blue blood program. We're a wilderness brotherhood of just blue collar, hard working dudes in the wilderness. And I just thought it was an odd analogy, but he really clung to it and probably said it 15 times in like the post game.
Columbia, Missouri is not really what I would call
Yeah.
wilderness.
Yeah. I mean, it does get pretty redneck out there. I almost got ran over riding my bike. You know, just a big truck swerving into the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's pretty backwoods.
Is it?
Yeah.
But would you say backwoods is wilderness?
No, I mean, I don't know. Where's that line?
I don't know, like Montana?
Okay. Yeah, that's more wilderness.
Yeah.
For sure. But there's not a lot around Columbia.
No.
It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
But honestly, when you go through like the whatever orientation, they tell you that it was down to Sedalia and Columbia who got the state fair.
Oh.
And whoever, I think Sedalia chose, we want the state fair. So Columbia got stuck with the university.
I think they probably won out.
They got the better end of that deal for
They
sure.
totally did.
Yeah.
I mean, I
But
haven't
at the
been,
time,
but...
the state fair was it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I've ever been to a state fair and thought, wow.
No.
How about the World Fair? Is that still a thing?
in St. Louis?
I don't know.
Oh,
Is it always in St. Louis?
we'd have
The
to
World's
Google it.
Fair. I just know it's a phrase.
Yeah.
The 1904 World's Fair.
Is that when it ended?
I don't know, but my roommate, it's the same roommate who I flooded my kitchen with suds. He always used to say, anytime I would get out our very, very old and decrepit vacuum, would you get that at the 1904 World's Fair? Yeah, vacuum jokes.
I've got one of those dinosaur
Classic
vacuums in
college.
my basement.
You're keeping it because,
I mean, it still works.
are you that type of person? You can't get rid of it? Do you have hoarding tendencies?
No.
Do you watch hoarders and think, they seem like my kind of people?
No, they're definitely not my people. And when I was seeing patients in home health, definitely saw some.
Yeah.
I went to a house once and they had 17 pianos and organs in their front room. And the fire department had to move some of them to get into the house to like take
Did
the
they
patient.
play all these organs?
They were collecting a lot of dust. So no.
It's probably a lot of money.
Probably.
My grandma, shout out grandma, love you. She played the organ, but it's like a big business, organ sales. And once you buy one, you are on their list.
Really?
Yeah. And then they would say like, all you got to do is sign up for the new model year, do a trade-in, and you get to go on this cruise for free.
For free.
Yeah.
That trade-in that you had to pay
Yeah.
$5,000 for.
Yeah. And so she got more and more decadent organs as I got older. They would like play Happy Birthday for you, and the keys would light up.
It's probably really fun as a kid, though, to watch it.
Yeah. My grandpa, he was a man of many musical instruments. He had a guitar, which I now have, which is pretty cool. A banjo, an accordion, an organ.
Wow.
I mean,
He was a musician.
I don't think he could really play them,
Oh.
but he had them.
Well, that's nice.
And he could play maybe like green sleeves on the organ, which, you know,
Okay.
there's something. It's a tune.
It is.
Did you play instruments?
I was required to pick an instrument. I think it was the 4th grade, and I picked the clarinet.
Oh, Katie was a clarinetist.
I think my mom was very happy that didn't last very long.
Did
Yeah.
you stick it out past 4th grade?
No, I think in 5th grade we got to try to do choir. That probably didn't last as well either. I have not a musical bone in my body.
Really?
Yeah.
Do either of your parents?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think my mom had to sing in like the church choir, but didn't everybody almost?
I don't know.
I don't know.
My
I
church
remember I
didn't have
found-
a choir.
I remember I was little. I found her choir book and it had her name like embossed on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh no, honey. That was just a sign to me.
Yeah.
So no real musician. I mean, I have cousins that their kids are musical, but not any direct.
They suck. Is what you're saying?
No, I think they're probably good. I don't know.
Katie was a clarinetist, and she has always told me how hard it is to play and not just like squawk and squeak. But
I
when we
could get
first
into not
met,
squawk and squeak, but
when we first met in college, she had her clarinet.
oh,
She was a freshman at Mizzou, and she brought it out, busted it out one day. And,
she brought it to college.
yeah, mostly to embarrass her roommate.
Oh,
But she brought it, and she played me Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah. I think I was at hot cross buns level.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that was it.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But she was laughing, while she was trying to play it, which makes it hard.
It does.
Because her roommate was just like so mortified, that
Oh, funny.
clarinet was coming out of the room.
That is wild. And I mean, dorm rooms are not that big. That's an investment to say, you know what? I'm bringing this thing.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the space.
Do we need the microwave?
Yeah.
Do I need to bring my
I
clarinet?
think she had to dig it up at her parents' house to bring it.
Oh, okay.
But that's how we met, and then her sister was dating my best friend, and so I was getting all the inside information from my best friend. Like, hey, Katie wants to go home this weekend, but she doesn't have a car. And I'm like,
Oh,
on Facebook chat,
yeah.
because duh. And I'm like, I'm thinking about going home.
Are you?
What am I going to do with all those extra seats?
Yeah. I love that. So you
Yeah.
guys met in the dorms.
Well, we actually met through my best friend who went to Mizzou, came back for like a football game,
Okay.
and brought his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's sister was Katie. So they went to see Katie. I went to see him,
Oh, okay.
and we met. Katie showed me some viral videos the first time we ever met, like the breakdancer kicking the baby.
Oh, yeah. You showed me that one.
Yeah, she thought it was so funny, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah. We had a simple meet. Matt and I met in the dorms. He lived on the same floor as a friend of mine from high school, she transferred to KU second semester and lived with one of my sorority sisters. So I was up in their room, and then he came in and he was organizing for people on the floor to go to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the Final Four.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I want to go too. I don't want to just like have you guys all leave and then I'm stuck in the dorms by myself. And then walking down, I told my friend, I'm like, I kind of think he's cute. And she's like, well, call Shotgun in his car. So car seat thing,
You did.
So I called Shotgun. And we got to Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait and sit with like wherever he sits. Because there was probably like 10 or 15 of us. And he wouldn't sit down. And he wouldn't sit down. I'm like, this guy's not sitting down. So finally I gave up and I sat down. And then he came and sat down next to me.
He was waiting.
He wasn't sitting down because he was way on me. And then you're right. The rest is history.
Don't you just think back to some of those moments of like waiting for someone to sit down and think to yourself, I'm so glad that part of my life is over.
Yeah.
It's a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. And then like, do you call? Do you text?
Yeah.
Do you not call?
Putting yourself out there.
Do you not text?
Yeah. That part is over. And heaven forbid something happens to my spouse, because I don't ever want to go through that again.
No.
There's zero part of me that sounds enjoyable. I just think sometimes I hear people will get divorced or whatever, and I'm like, even if you're miserable, that going back into that, maybe you just say, I'm going to be single now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been there.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Do you have friends who have gotten divorced?
We do.
Yeah.
But they have found other partners that they are so happy with.
Well,
like on both sides.
Good.
So, there's a person for everybody.
What is it that makes it not work, you think? What's the secret?
To making it work or not working?
I don't know, both. They got to be similar.
I think a lot of it was probably people thinking somebody was going to change and then they weren't changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't change a person. But then you meet somebody that doesn't need you to change and it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, going through the dating thing again, I don't know. I mean, I went to a lot of Royals games in the cold to show Matt my enthusiasm. Went to a lot of Royals fan fests and stood in a lot of lines for a lot of signed baseballs.
Yeah.
I'm not
Is
doing
he
it
a big
anymore.
Royals guy? I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
So he was really living his best life in 2015.
Oh yeah. That was probably like one of my first outings with him. It was the first time I ever met his sister. Was at a Royals game.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through some of the not so glory days.
The dark days. Free tickets in the parking lot days.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he bought like a quarter of a season tickets
After college?
right after college. And he kept them thinking like, well, if they ever made it to the playoffs. And in my head, I'm thinking, we are going to be so old that we won't even be able to see the game whenever they make it to the playoffs. But it worked out.
They were really bad.
We got to, we were
So
at
he
the,
kept them through the...
oh yeah, we were at the wild card game.
Oh.
That I wasn't sure how that night was going to end. For 7 innings, my husband was very silent and very not happy.
Yeah.
And then it worked out. And we were at Game 7, the
Wow,
2014.
I didn't know that.
And then, it was a great run.
Yeah.
And then we had him the next year too. But then like everybody jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
So the first year we had our seats for all of those games. The next year when everybody decided to be a fan, we got booted to the upper deck. But it was still fun.
Here's the thing. Nobody likes a bandwagon fan.
I know.
But it is tough to be a non-bandwagon fan.
He is a loyal Royals fan.
Yeah.
He could probably name even the back office staff. for
My
all I know.
mother-in-law is also a big Royals fan.
Really?
Shout out Sandy.
Hey, Sandy.
Yeah, big Royals fan. She like goes to Arizona to spring training to meet the players and all that.
Oh, yeah. I've gone to one of those games. Apparently, that's like where you can get signed baseballs a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But Mr. Soria did not want to give me a signed baseball that one time. I know.
Do you think we could publicly shame him on here? Shame him into giving you a signed baseball?
He's trying to focus. He was trying to warm up. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Royals have never been it for me. I didn't like playing baseball. I don't like watching baseball. I wasn't good at baseball. That's part of the problem. But I had, from a very young age, bad eyesight, which makes baseball tricky.
Does.
And I had one eye that was fine and one eye that was not. So, they do that test where it's like, yeah, it looks like it's in two completely different spots. So when that's coming at you at 60 miles an hour,
Just pad you up.
not good. My poor father had to sit and
Oh.
watch me.
We've got T-ball starting in the spring for William for the first time. We're pretty amped.
Yeah.
Pretty excited.
Well, yeah, if you can watch Royals baseball, T-ball's got to be great.
It's, I mean.
Similar. Similar skill level. Sorry, Matt.
Similar amount of patience needed. Just not as long.
Is he pumped about it?
Yeah. And I think William's pumped too.
Is he going to be the coach?
He is going to be an assistant coach.
And how do you feel like he's going to be as a coach?
Really good. He's
Like,
very patient.
Very patient, very chill.
Yes.
Not screaming.
No.
What are you doing?
No.
Run!
No, he's going to be very patient. He's helped coach some of our girls' soccer games before.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very patient with the girls. But I was also very surprised. He's very okay with saying, like, don't hit him back, but stand your ground. I'm like, okay. So,
America.
yeah. But I think he'll be patient. But it has been different, like with them throwing the ball around and trying to like teach the kids not to be afraid of the ball.
Yeah.
And then there's me. I'm like, I can't catch the ball.
How would you define your athletic prowess? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 7.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I mean, what are we talking about? I couldn't hit a softball or a baseball.
Okay, but like, I would say 10 is a professional athlete.
Oh, well, we got to back up then.
Okay, 5 is a high school athlete. 7 is like, I played in high school, but I probably could have gone and played in college.
Okay, no, I'm not a 7. I mean, I could have ridden in college. I had Stevens
Is
College down the road from Mizzou.
I do know
Recruit
Stevens
me
College.
out, but it was already
I
going
don't know
to
where they
Cato.
rode
I don't know.
because it's kind of in the middle of downtown Columbia.
Yeah, I don't know. So I could have ridden in college, but I don't know. I married into running, so I'm not fast.
Matt, he was fast.
Matt was fast.
Fast white boy.
Yep, sure was.
You only get about one of those per final.
I know. We tell William all the time. I'm like, oh, honey, you're gonna have to be fast like your daddy.
Yeah.
You're gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
So
I
with
think
that
with
new,
the PT, I have body awareness.
okay, that helps.
But
Did you do any sports besides equestrian? Are we calling equestrian a sport?
sure.
Okay.
I did that year round, so it didn't leave a lot of flexibility for anything else. I had taken tennis lessons,
Okay.
taken golf lessons.
I mean, tennis is a tough sport.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I was any good.
Well, yeah, you
And-
golf.
Yeah, I golf. I can do
Yeah.
that.
You almost got a hole in one that
I
time
did.
we played together.
You have a picture of it.
It's impressive.
So.
I also don't see a lot of drivers on a par 3, but
I think I used my 3-wood.
okay. Hey, results don't lie.
Hey, but with practice, I think I started using an iron on that hole.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not hitting it as close, but
Yeah.
getting there. But
Golf is a cruel game.
it is. My goal is I'm going to break 100 this year.
Do you feel like you've plateaued? Not yet.
Not yet.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a frustrating experience.
Yeah. Not there yet. I'm not a frustrated golfer yet.
Yeah. That's not a good feeling once you get there.
No.
Because then you're paying all this money to go out and just be mad that you didn't hit it on the green instead of excited that you did hit it on the green.
Oh no. I have a group of girlfriends that when we golf together and if somebody hits a great shot, we all do high kicks. It's a big party out there.
Is Kyle in that group?
She is.
Shout out Kyle.
Hey Kyle.
Favorite client.
She's great.
She is great.
Yeah. Yep. She's
Um,
part of the golf bunnies.
okay.
We call ourselves the bunnies. Well, we golf with to find those golf balls. We golf with like multicolored balls, like
Sure.
bright pink,
Yeah.
bright yellow, and then when we're all on the green, it looks like a bunch of Easter eggs.
I see. I get it.
So
That
we're the
makes
bunnies.
sense. Didn't you say you got some sort of golf Christmas present with your golfers on it?
Yes, an ornament.
Yeah.
It was very sweet. It was all of us on there, all with a little cocktail.
Man. You guys.
I know. I'm just, that much closer to 70
Yeah.
with my golf ladies. I think I was like rubbing my wrist or something the other day. Cameron's like, "Are you hurt?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Is it a golf injury?" I'm like, wow, I sound so old. Talking to the 25-year-old
Yeah.
newlywed.
I was listening to the radio on the way in, and they were like calling in with the most embarrassing way you've ever been hurt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in PT, I saw some doozies.
Mm.
One of my first patients, he was one of my first patients when I was an intern. He had to get shoulder surgery because he was doing the limbo at a church event.
Shoulder surgery?
That
That's
one,
so much worse than
I
like,
have not
pulling
done
a
the limbo
muscle.
since.
Pretty much all of mine have been old age related. Like I sneeze and then I, have a back,
Yeah.
blow my back out, or just like sleep and then I wake up and I can't move my head.
Yeah. I saw a meme recently. It was like, I got a full 8 hours of sleep and my neck said nope.
Yeah. My favorite was, it's like, you're old when your heated seat in your car becomes more about pain relief than comfort.
Mine certainly has.
You're like, oh, crank it up.
That was one of the first things I fell in love with Matt for. I threw my back out in college making my bed. This seems to be a family thing.
Oh, yeah.
I bent down to like tuck the sheets underneath the mattress and then I couldn't stand up. And so Matt the next day drove me to a chiropractor. And by the time I got in the car, he already had the heated seat on. And I called my mom. I'm like, "Mom,
He's a keeper.
he's such a keeper."
Aww.
And then flash forward almost 20 years. And my son on Christmas Eve morning, being the little angel that he is, was making his bed at 6:15 in the morning. So that wasn't ideal. He should have been asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And he fell off the bed and busted his head open.
Crash.
So we got to experience the ER on Christmas Eve morning this year. But he got his staples out today. So
Oh.
Yeah.
How did that go?
apparently well. Matt
That's
texted
good.
me that it was quick.
Man, Matt stayed home with the kids. He took him to get his staples out.
I know. Dad of the year.
Yeah. No kidding.
Dad of many years.
He's the T-ball coach.
I know.
This dude does it all.
He does.
No wonder your marriage works.
Oh, that's the secret.
What a sweetheart.
Marry a winner.
Yeah, I married a winner. I got the better end of that deal, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I feel bad about it, but mostly I'm just happy about it.
I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
I tried to bring value.
Yeah.
I mean, he also had so many injuries
Mm.
as a high school athlete.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure my day is coming where I'm
for
going to have
sure.
to
It's gonna
do
catch up.
PT stuff for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie, when we first got married, I had a decent paying job, good paying job, and Katie did not. And so we had to pay off all her student loans. Thank you. And not the funnest time of our life.
Been there.
But then 5 years ago or so, she started real estate, and now she makes great money. And every year, it's sort of a competition of who's going to make more. And if it's ever her, she loves to say to me, "In your face," which I'm all for, because
Be like, yep,
it's great. Got a sugar
you did
mama.
it, honey.
I love it. But she loves to scream in your face, which,
Too good.
it's a good reason to do it.
It is. And I would just respond back like, "What's yours is mine, honey."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She usually follows it up with, "So I want a new kitchen table." Because I make the money around here.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I know.
Well, we just moved, and now we have to get some new furniture because some of the things just don't work.
Do you feel like you guys move because you're in the industry so much? Like both of you are in the homes industry?
I
Do you
mean,
think you would move as much if you both didn't work in the
No.
homes industry?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And honestly, I wouldn't even be in the industry if it hadn't been for like fixing and flipping houses,
Yeah.
because that's how I started. And then it just became kind of a hobby that turned into a career, and so it all kind of started there.
And then it
But
spiraled.
now I get the house is too finished, and I start getting itchy.
I know. I used to get the 4-year itch is what I called it. Because growing up, we moved about every 4 or so years.
Yeah.
And so at about 4 years, I started getting the itch to move. And then I had made the comment at our first new build about it. And Matt's like, no, we just built this house. Like, you don't have to. I'm like, well, I'm going to want to do something. And then we've been in this house. This spring, it'll be 3 years. So that's why we're already itching for a basement.
Get the basement. Need something.
We're going to keep doing projects. I
Yeah.
get that 4-year itch still.
Are you ever going to go with the pool route?
I have
Your neighbor
mentioned
has
the
a
pool.
pool.
Our neighbors have pools. I've mentioned it. Matt grew up with a pool, and he says it's a lot of work.
Pools
which
are
I'm not-
tough in Kansas City.
I'm not gonna say it's not a lot of work, but it all goes back to if we have stuff at our house that our kids are gonna want to bring their friends over to, then I'll get to be around my kids more.
Sure.
So when they're teenagers, I wouldn't oppose a pool, because then if they can bring their friends over, then I know what they're up to.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. I also
Yeah.
like having the backyard that the kids can all like play soccer in.
Yeah, sure.
So
But pool basketball is one of the greatest sports ever
is.
invented.
it is.
Talk about getting hurt as a grown man. We'll do it every time.
That or like a lake trip where you think like you could ride on like
Tubing.
the tube.
Yeah.
It is not the
It's a
same.
bad idea.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's a bad idea every time. But it's fun while it's happening.
Yeah.
Just pure joy until it's pure pain.
That night when you're trying to roll over in bed and you can't.
Yeah, or the next morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. I skied for the first time in my life. I was probably 27 or 8.
Wow.
And we went to Bull Shoals, Arkansas,
Oh.
and skied. It was fun. Never skied before. But yeah, you use some muscles that you don't normally use
Yeah.
sitting at an office desk, typing.
Yeah.
Not a lot of skiing muscles engaged
Not
there.
a lot of skiing muscles. Yeah. That is for sure.
Okay, so what do you want to leave the people with? Best part of the job, worst part of the job, most unexpected part of the job? What do you have to tell people that want to do a renovation?
I will really work to keep you on schedule.
Nice.
I love a schedule.
Yeah.
I love a schedule.
What piece of advice would you have for someone that wants to do a renovation?
Trust the designer.
Oh.
You hired them for a
Man,
reason.
you had that loaded.
You hired a designer for a reason.
Yeah.
They're the expert.
Are you talking to me too?
I feel like I'm also talking to
Did
me.
Lori pay you to say that?
There might be an employee bonus coming my way. Trust the designer.
No, it does turn out good if you trust the designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then an expert designed it.
Yeah.
You got to trust them. They're not going to show you something that's not beautiful. They will only show you the beautiful things. And that's what you want. You want the
Unless
end result to
you
be beautiful.
specifically ask them to show you something that is not beautiful, then they will do that.
They
And then that's
Well,
when you
because
stop
they
listening.
love their clients.
Yeah.
But for the initial part,
Yeah.
they will show you the
They
most
won't
beautiful
show it
option.
unless you ask specifically for.
Yeah. So trust them. And they'll take care of you. They will. They'll make it beautiful.
We have the best designers.
We do.
And that's why we love you.
They're the best. And then we have
From
the
the
best
remodeling
crew, too.
team to you.
Yeah. And furniture too.
Yeah.
The best part about the furniture is we all have 3 kids.
Mm.
And so they're not going to show you something that's not going to wear well.
Yeah.
They're going to show you something that's timeless
Yeah.
and that will stand.
Because I think now, I know at least Abby, you, Lori, me, we all have some furniture
Mm-hmm.
that is the stuff we sell.
Yeah.
And I was complaining about something the other day, and I said something about the chair. I think it's CR Lane or something that we have. I'm like, man, that chair is very comfortable. And Lori was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. We have couches that are so comfortable, and we let our children be on top of them all the time.
Yeah.
And I've gotten red crayon out of them with just water. Like, they're great.
Yeah.
And then we bought some chairs for our bedroom to sit and just kind of relax or to read. I don't even want to work in my home office anymore. I want to sit in there because I love those chairs so much.
Yeah.
It's good
A good
stuff.
chair makes a big difference. What about is your next piece of furniture, you think? Is it going to be a basement thing?
I think that might be down the road. I don't know. I would love new furniture for when we do the whole basement, because that is kind of part of the deal. When you get this beautiful new room, your old furniture doesn't look as beautiful.
Yeah, sure.
And the furniture we have in our basement right now is from that lovely first-time home buyer credit from 2009. It's seen its day.
Yeah.
And it was not custom furniture, so
Yeah.
it's held up to its ability. But I also love to set a dining room table. And we have a lovely antique table that was passed down from my parents. I think my dad bought it as an antique and refinished it and has given it to us. But it seats comfortably about 6 people. I want like a 12-person table.
Then you got to buy 12 place settings.
I have that.
Oh.
I'm ready.
You are ready.
I'm totally ready.
I mean, at this point, it seems silly not to have a 12-person table.
When we got married, we kept getting dishes and dishes and dishes. And Matt's like, we don't need all these dishes. I'm like, I will find a way to use all of these dishes. We have a Friendsgiving dinner every year with my husband's friends that he grew up with. Some of them were his best friends in kindergarten. And they're still friends today.
Pretty impressive.
It is. And so when all of us are in town and there, I think we're about 18 people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. But I have dishes
And
for
you're
everybody.
the host.
And I'm the host. We're the hosts, and we love it. It's one of my favorite nights of the year.
Yeah. You said Christmas?
Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Hey, my Friendsgiving crew. They know who they are.
Yeah. Shout out. Is that the one that brought the Big Deborah dip?
No, that's Matt's family. They do at Thanksgiving called soup and sweatpants. So the weekend, either like before or after Thanksgiving, since everybody's kind of tired of turkey at that point, a few people make soups, and then you have to come over in like sweatpants and comfy clothes and just hang out.
Yeah.
And
they mixed up what did you say? What type of?
Like the Little Debbie's Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And like made it a dip, but then they found the big trees, and so they call them the Big Deborahs.
Lori got me
It was funny.
Big Deborah shirt, and it's like the Little Debbie logo, but it's like a obese version of them.
The Little Diabetes.
Because I do love Little Debbie's. My mom was like, what do you want? I graduated high school. I had a graduation party. She was like, what do you want for food at your graduation party? And I was like, oh, Little Debbie's. I just want every
that'll
kind
be
of
good.
Little Debbie's. Oatmeal cream pies, zebra cakes.
Did
Swiss
you have it?
cake rolls. Yeah. I had a tower.
What?
It was the best. And everyone loved it.
I was going to say. It's pretty good. I mean, at least that stood out from like everybody's barbecue or.
Yeah. What, are you going to have a cheese plate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your sandwich tray from Good Sense.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Have a Little Debbie or two. My mom just retired. Her name is Debbie. And they had Little Debbie's, and they bought like, I don't know, 60 large Sonics of different flavors.
60?
Yeah, and they just had them on the table, and you could just come grab a large Sonic.
Like a Route 44?
Yeah, it was large. It wasn't Route 44.
Oh, okay.
But
Still big.
yeah, and there was enough that you could have more than one.
Oh my gosh.
And she is a avid Sonic supporter. They like know her when she pulls up. And the other
Did
day,
they just have her drink ready?
I don't know, because I don't know that she goes at a
Same
consistent enough
time.
time.
Okay.
But the other day she went to Sonic. She got my grandma a hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And when she got to my grandma's, it was just tater tots in the bag. And she was like, oh, dang it. So she calls Sonic. They pick up. She's like, hey, it's Debbie. They're like, oh, hey, Debbie.
Hey, Debbie. What's up?
I just got here and there's only tater tots. Anyway, she's like on a first name basis with all the workers there.
It's a good feeling.
I had a bad experience recently, and just that they took forever. And she's like, who was working? I'm like, I don't know.
She's like, was it Sean?
Was it Crystal? Because she's better than that.
I'll say something the next time.
Oh, Mom.
You'll know when you
Love
pull up and they're
Mom.
like, I'm sorry. Are
Yeah.
you Debbie's son?
Right, exactly. Yeah. She also volunteers at the thrift store here in town, and she called me the other day because we have a home theater, but when we bought the house, they took 3 of the theater chairs, and so she was at the thrift store. She's like, hey, they have theater chairs down here. You should come get them. And then, like, everybody I interacted with down there was like, tell Debbie we said hi. She's such a little social butterfly.
She is. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Someday, she's retired now, so I told her you should come work for us.
Should.
Just come bebop around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll bebop with her.
Yeah.
Does she golf?
She does not. She grew up at the country club, though, so you never know.
Yeah.
She's
might
watched
make
a
it.
lot of people golf.
Watch her be like the secret like talent.
Well, she always extols the virtues of her athleticism. She grew up as like a pool rat type of kid.
Mm-hmm.
She's always at the pool,
Yeah.
morning to night. And my sister and I both swam on like the swim team.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom would always say like, "Oh, without like practice warming up, I could go swim 500 yards, no problem." And we always have like, "There's no way," but she swears up and down.
She probably has some secret
Maybe,
country club talents.
maybe,
On Christmas Eve, we went and played putt-putt with the kids at a brewery in Asheville.
yeah.
And my mom dominated.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
Kind of did.
Yeah. Sneaky good putter.
Yeah. Watch out to her. Here she comes. Yeah. I think it shocked my dad and my husband the most.
Yeah.
Not me.
They were ready to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
How does the competition level go with you, your husband, your family?
not hugely competitive.
What about his family? Same?
No, more competitive. Well, like he and his sister grew up playing so many sports.
Yeah.
So they kind of have that in them.
Yeah.
He's
one of 2 as well?
Yes.
And he's the younger or older?
He's the younger.
That makes sense.
Why?
Well, you're the older, so
That's how it matches up.
somebody's got to be the boss.
Yeah.
I work well with Lori because she's just like my sister.
Oh. Yeah.
Just tells me what to do.
You just go with it.
She's going to be so mad I said that.
Yeah. That's the other reason why you just do Reno with us. We'll
yeah.
just tell you what to do and it's fine.
Yeah. No, I just think that there are certain things. Katie's not the oldest. She's second, but she kind of acts like the oldest. She's a little ringleader.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, Matt's the second. And he didn't probably talk for a number of years because his sister did all the talking.
Yeah.
So that pretty much stayed the same. I think his sister prepared him well for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how my parents are. My mom has got enough words for the both of them.
Yeah. And then
But it works.
Yeah. It does. Got to balance it out.
Okay. So listen to the designer. That's your reno advice.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to leave the people with? You listen to a lot of podcasts, so.
I do listen to a lot of podcasts.
Is there any questions that we should answer that you've heard on podcasts that are good?
I don't know.
My favorite one is Tim Ferriss says, if you could have a billboard that says anything, what would you want it to say? The whole world would see.
Ooh. Yeah.
Not all the ideas at once.
Not all the ideas at one time. Are you sure?
What message do you want to get out there to the world?
About collected living?
No, just anything.
Be nice to people.
Just be kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're nice people. Come work with us.
Yeah.
That is the nice thing about that I've enjoyed working with this company is everyone really does put everyone else's best interests like as a priority.
Yeah.
So whether it's clients, it's tradespeople, it's coworkers.
Try to be thoughtful.
Yes, 100%. So
that's pretty good. It's a pretty good message. Yeah. The world would be a better place if everybody.
Oh yeah, would stop and consider.
Yeah.
You know what somebody's going through that
I'll
day.
tell you the worst part about being considerate people. When they stand in the middle of a busy walkway. Golly. The world is trying to move through here. When you stand in the middle of the grocery store aisle. I'm trying to go. Get out of here.
You still go in the grocery store?
Yeah, well, Katie does a lot of Target now. Target pickup.
Yeah.
Because it's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
But sometimes we do Aldi pickup too.
Yeah. And Walmart has pickup.
Yeah.
And we drove past the other day that Sam's Club has pickup.
Oh.
I don't know if Costco does.
Interesting. We have both Sam's Club and Costco memberships. Why? It doesn't make sense.
No.
I think one of them we got because we refinanced our mortgage and you had to sign up for a Costco membership or you got a Costco membership as part of it. And so we just signed up and then it was like, oh.
Now we got it.
Yeah, that's what all those subscription things are based off of. Just assuming you'll forget about it and keep paying.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it. We should start a subscription model.
We should.
What can we give away in it, though? Design advice.
Like once a year we'll come and like
Spruce it up.
Yeah. Reorganize.
Yeah.
Make it feel fresh again. We could do
Katie
that.
showed me a meme about being a kid and rearranging your room. And just the absolute high
Yeah.
that came from that.
Maybe that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Like if you've been a client, we'll come and do that for you.
Yeah. Subscription.
Sure.
Yeah. Some point we'll come redecorate.
Yeah. We'll move some pillows around, shift the couches.
We're taking that to the top.
There we go, folks.
That's the future of collected living.
Spruce it up.
Thanks for tuning
Reorg.
in. Do you have any final words for the fans?
No. Thanks for listening to Trent and I just...
Jibber jabber?
Yeah.
Shoot the breeze?
It's just a day in the life here.
Yeah, it is. Okay. See you guys later.
Bye, everybody.